Foldable market bag. Very useful, but also cute accessory. It's perfect for your shopping groceries, but also as a beach or walk bag. So let's start making it. For this project, we are going to need some yarn, up to 150 grams, depending on the size you will like to make. At this time, I am using 100% cotton yarn. But basically, any similar sized yarn will work for this project. The size I'm having today is something between size 2 and size 3 yarn. We will also need a hook, which is 4 millimeter, and of course some scissors. These bags have endless possibilities. You can use any color yarn, any granny square you adore, and create the most unique foldable bag for yourself. Here I am showing you 3 different options, and another one we will make during this tutorial. These bags are very handy and very easy to carry around because they are folding in these little pouches and they take up not that much of the space. And here I just unfolded a full-size bag for you to see. For the base of the bag, we are using 2 granny squares. For these granny squares, I have a tutorial which you will find up in the link if you like to make the same ones. The base of the bag will work as a pouch, so we need to make an extra edge and then connect the 2 squares. To make the pouch, we will need to find the stitch to begin with. It should be one of the corner stitches. Here I have my corner and I will start on the right side of it. I will need to attach the yarn and we will be working in back loops only. So just take the yarn and make a couple of knots to secure. Now place the loop in the same stitch, yarn over and pull a loop. Now start making chain of 3. And we will start making double crochets all over around in the back loops only. I am bringing together the yarn end to weave in as I go, placing 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. Just yarn over, take a look at the loop. We're going on the top loop, insert the hook, yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And repeat this process until you reach the last stitch. Here how it looks after a couple of stitches. A very nice edge is already forming. As you reach the last stitch of the round, just place another double crochet and finish with the slip stitch in the 3rd chain. And here you can finish by cutting off the yarn. And now continue the same process to make another part of the pouch. As we already have two parts for the pouch finished, we will start working on the connection. We have to take both squares and place them face to face, together like this. Because now we will start working from the bad side of the bag. Now we have to find the two exact same stitches for both of the squares. I am again looking by the corner and taking one stitch before the corner to start the connection with. The connection will consist of single crochets, connecting inside loops only. One square's top loop, another square's bottom loop. Now insert the hook through the top loop and grab the loop from another square and pull it out. This will be as our first connection stitch. Now insert the hook through the top loop of one square and immediately put the hook through the bottom of another. Yarn over, pull a loop, and yarn over, pull through two to make a single crochet. Again, insert the hook and grab inside loops only of both of the squares and make a single crochet. Continue connecting stitches like that, and we need to do this only for 3 edges of the squares. We will leave one side open. The connection so far should look something like this. Keep connecting 3 sides in total and leaving one edge of the square open. Here we have already the 3 sides connected, and for the last stitch we again need to find the corner, and the last single crochet will be on top of the corner stitch. At this point, our pouch of the bag is already done. Now we will begin working the bag itself. So for the body of the bag, we need to turn our pouch and start working on row 1. So for the row 1, we need to chain 10, yarn over and pull a loop, yarn over and pull a loop. After making the first chain of 10, we need to have a look at the bottom stitches because we need to skip 2 third stitches and connect the chain in the 3rd stitch with a single crochet. Insert the hook and yarn over, pull a loop, yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. So here we have our first chain of row 1. Now we continue the same process. We're gonna chain 10, skip 2 stitches and make a single crochet in the 3rd stitch. This is a very easy pattern to make mesh bag. So the rest is the same. You do chain of 10, skip 2 and single crochet in the 3rd stitch. Do this until you reach the open part of the pouch, and then I'll meet you there to explain more. After doing chains for 3 sides, this is what we have so far. We reach our open pouch space. From here, we will be working only on one side of the pouch. The steps are the same. We are going to do chain of 10. Skip 2 stitches and place 1 single crochet in the 3rd stitch. Continue until you reach the end of the round. The last stitch of every round is a bit different. We're going to chain 5, and then we will be doing triple crochet. So yarn over twice and insert the hook into the first stitch where we started chaining. For a triple crochet, you insert the hook, yarn over and pull a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2. The combination of chain 5 and 1 triple crochet is replica of chain 10. And the first mesh round is done. Working the second round is even easier. It starts the same. We need to make chain of 10. This chain we are going to connect with a single crochet on top of the chain of the first round. Insert the hook in the space of chain 10 and make a single crochet. And the first stitch of the round 2 is done. Here is important to put the marker in the first stitch, not to lose the track. I am using just a little piece of different color yarn as a marker and inserting it in the chain 5 and triple crochet connection space. This will be our sign of the beginning of the round and where we have to finish it. The process is the same. We continue making chain of 10 and connecting it with 1 single crochet in the next chain 10 space. Basically, from this point, you are repeating round 2 until you reach your desired length of bag. I suggest making from 12 to 18 rounds in total. We reached the marker, so it means at the end of round 2, we need to make the last stitch, which is chain of 5 and 1 triple crochet. Placing that triple crochet in the stitch marker place. Something like that. Take the stitch marker out and finish the triple crochet. From now on, continue your rounds until you reach your length, and I will show you in a second how to change the color if you like. This is how our project is looking after a few rounds. And here we will place the last stitch and change the color. Make a chain of 5, following by a triple crochet. The key of seamless color change here is not to finish the triple crochet all the way. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2, and leave the last 2 loops undone. And here pick another color, put the loop on the hook, and finish the last 2 loops with the new yarn. Make sure that all of the yarn is tight to the hook, and make a couple of knots to secure. Here the steps continue like in round 2. We are just going to do chains of 10 connecting by single crochets. Here our bag is almost finished. I made 14 rounds in total for the body, and now only a few last steps left to finish. So for the last round, we want to make an even top. So we are going to make another round of chains, but now the chains will consist only of 6 stitches. So let's start making chain of 6. And connect with 1 single crochet with the last round. And by doing this, we are going to have a very straight top of the bag. Continue until you go all the way around. After reaching the end, we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch. And the perfectly straight top of the bag is done. To add more strength to the bag, we are going to thicken the chains we just made. So from here, we're gonna chain 1, and in the chain 6 space, we're going to place 6 single crochets. And place 1 more single crochet on top of the single crochet of the previous round. After this, just continue all the way around, placing 6 single crochets in the chain 6 place and 1 on top of another single crochet. To finish the single crochet round, we are going to slip stitch into the chain 1. The last part of this project is making the handles. The base of our handles is chain of 50. So let's do it right now. As we already have our chain of 50 ready, we need to find the best placement for it. So now extend the bag. The best placement for these handles is to leave the gap of 5 chains and connect it at the end of the 5th space. To connect the handle, place 1 single crochet in the last stitch of 5th space. And then make a slip stitch in the next one. At this point, the base of the handle is already done, and now we're gonna go backwards and just make it thicker. Now make a chain 1 and turn your project. And start placing 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Should be 53 in total. After placing single crochets on the chain, make 1 more in the next stitch and finish with the slip stitch in the next one. Now cut off the yarn and secure with a couple of knots and weaving in the ends. Now you have to repeat the process for another handle. The placement should be roughly on opposite side of the bag. The most important part is to have the same number of gaps, for example 5 as we did for another handle, between the handle itself. But if you have a different number on the side of the handles, it won't be that important. For example, in my case, I have equally 5 gaps everywhere, between handle itself and on the sides of both handles. So after you find the perfect position for another handle, just attach the yarn and continue the process of chaining 50 and going backwards with a single crochets. The final step is to secure all the yarn ends you left. Make some knots and weave in between stitches with the darning needle or just another smaller hook. After finishing this step, your market bag is done. And here you have it, a very cute and handy accessory for basically any occasion. Thank you for watching and see you in another one.